Hey everybody, Steve Browski here. Welcome to the next episode of 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Exam. This is going to be tip number 4. So let's get going here. As a reminder, my website, code3firetraining.com, has lots of great free information there for all ranks of individuals preparing for all types of positions or just wanting to be the best they can be at their current position. You'll find lots of great stuff there as well, code3firetraining.com. And again, these webinars are based upon my latest book from Fire Engineering Books and Videos, 101 Tips to Ace Your Promotional Exam. Very fortunate to have had the big fire publisher, Fire Engineering Books and Videos, publish this book for me. Awesome opportunity. And, I'm just very happy with the way it turned out. Very professional looking and lots of great information within. So it's available on fireengineeringbooks.com and then also off my website, code3firetraining.com. Now, right now, I do have a discount code of 25% off using the code 101 tips there in the green box. I don't know how good that code is for. I mean, whether you're watching this in early 2021 or maybe later 2021, heck, this may be 2022 or 2023, or who knows when you're watching this, but at least at the time I'm publishing this right now, that code 101 tips is available to save 25%. And you know what? If you have any trouble using that code, obviously feel free to reach out to me and I may be able to see if I have a different code there, or they run specials every now and then. Or again, worst comes to worst, if you have to pay full price, yeah, that's reality sometimes. So I don't mean to be harsh or mean, but got to do what we got to do sometimes if we want to get ahead. So without further ado, let's keep on going. Tip number 4. This is my probably number 1 tip. Now, these tips are not in sequence of priority or importance, but a lot of times people go, what is the most important thing to do to prepare for promotion? And I always tell people that probably the most important piece of advice I've ever been given was prepare for the position that you aspire to, meaning don't prepare for the test. Let's say you're a firefighter getting ready for the captain's test. Well, you have to prepare for the test. I get that, because if you don't pass the test, you don't usually get the promotion. But don't just focus on the test, because a lot of people just sort of get so focused and so narrow-minded on the test. How about instead think big picture, think strategically. Don't think task level stuff, think strategic level. So if you're thinking strategically, which you need to be as an officer, especially the higher up you go, you're going to prepare for that position that you aspire to. And really the best advice I really ever had was don't just prepare for that one position that you're testing for, the one you aspire to, but for the one above as well too. So I'll talk more about that later on, but focus on preparing for the position, because if you prepare for the position of captain, and you're taking the captain's test, whatever that is, a written test, maybe a simulator exercise, assessment center, interview. If you've prepared for the position, guess what? There should be no curveballs. I just saw a social media post on Twitter that I responded to. A guy was asking, hey, our department usually has a fire ground simulation as part of our assessment center. Should I just be focusing on a fire ground situation like a structure fire, or should I do it all risk, meaning hazmat, wildland, whatever else? And it was interesting because there was some people, it's like, just focus on the fire. I'm like, no, focus on anything that you may have to do as a company officer. So if you're riding the right seat, shotgun seat of of an engine, a truck, or whatever rig you are in as an officer, what are you going to expect to see I don't want to say daily basis, because most of us don't fight fire daily, but what types of events could you see? Structure fires in commercial buildings, residential buildings, apartment complexes, hotel complexes, big box stores, houses, small houses, big houses, huge industrial complexes, cars, trucks, wildland fires, mass casualty incidents, hazmat incidents. What else could you respond to as a company officer? Active shooter events, rescues, high angle, low angle, technical. Yeah, anything that you may face in that position, that's what you got to prepare for. Because if you prepare for the position, like I mentioned, there should be no curveballs thrown at you during the testing process. Those are the candidates, the candidates that usually do the worst on a testing promotional process are the ones that come in testing for the current position they're in. Meaning if they're a firefighter, they're taking the captain's test, but they come in thinking like a firefighter, acting like a firefighter. No disrespect, because that's their rank. That's what they're supposed to think and act like. those are the ones that do poorly because they're thinking like the current job they're in, not that the one that they want to be in. So the ones that do well are the ones that are thinking about and acting like the position that they're aspiring to, and also one above if you can do that well, because that's what you're telling the raters, because the raters are there not to jam you up, but they're there to look at who can step into this position tomorrow, or actually today, and do a darn good job, not kill anyone, not injure anyone, do the right thing, take care of the community, take care of their crew. Yeah, you're low maintenance, you can do the job. You don't have to be perfect, we don't expect that, but can you do the job? So again, prepare for the position you aspire to. And how do you do that? A lot of different methods. Talking to people in the positions, obviously, that are there, trying to find your mentors in the positions or even at ranks above. Find your resources. There's a lot of good resources out there. And it's not just people, but there's also books you can read, classes you can attend, a lot of good things you can do. Now, yeah, prepare for the position as opposed to the test. It's pretty simple as that. So ultimately, if you take the time to learn about your testing process, you do have to learn about the testing process, meaning you got to find out what's on the process. Some departments, it's a written test, maybe an oral interview, maybe a fireground simulation exercise, maybe a full-blown assessment center. Uh, you got to understand the process because you want to do well in each of those phases. So if there is a written test, you obviously got to learn more about what's on it and study for it. I get that. Or if there's an oral interview, you got to brush up your oral interview skills, learn about yourself, know about yourself, so you can convey those things. But don't just take the time to learn about the testing process. More importantly, go the step above by focusing on the position, because then you can't go wrong. I mean, it's as simple as that. I mean, I wish it was as simple as that. But again, don't test for the position that you're in, test for the one you want to be in, because that's what you prepared to be in. So without further ado, um, hoping you're finding some value to each of these episodes right here. But again, here's my contact information, my social media footprint. Thank you as always for the gift of your time. I look forward to sharing more of these webinars, episodes, wherever you want to call them in the future. But until the next time, take care, be safe, and we'll see you soon, everybody.